Okay, I got it. Woo! Oh, I hope that I screen share. Oh man, I hope I can do screen share on here. Screen share. Okay, good. So, hey, you guys, I know it was sort of last minute, but what I want to talk tonight about are star goals. And really, you guys are stars. You're on the call, and I'm celebrating you guys. You saw your name up there earlier, but for those who hopefully will check into the call tonight, being a star is just one of those things that if you aren't a star, you're not able in your gut to really be proudly saying Mary Kay works. And I got to tell you, being a star is not full time. It really is a part-time activity. But what it shows is that you can take something that would be a very big continual goal and you can break it down and you can create habits that actually would be reproducible and daily. And that is truly how I believe success in all areas of life is attained. I'm hearing background noise, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute people. Current and new. Let me go ahead and mute. But what I'm gonna request is that you go to our Facebook page if you're able to print off. I really want you to have this document for us to work together through the call tonight. I put a document. It actually was introduced to me this morning, so we're going to work through it together. But if you guys could just take a couple minutes, if you haven't already printed it. What I wanted you to print was the document that I put at our Shipe Facebook that shows the current star level, and then it talks a little bit about how to break it down. And then if you have a weekly plan sheet or your weekly accomplishment sheet. So those were the three main things. If you could just take a couple minutes, I'm going to let you print those and just sort of hold them up when you get them so I know you got them. Okay. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just open up a side tab, and this is what I want you to have. And this is at our Facebook page. Do y'all have it? Can you get it, Vicki? Hold on, let me unmute you.
My printer's down.
Your printer's down, okay.
Yeah, because it's connected to the desktop and the desktop blew up this weekend.
Can you grab a piece of paper and work with us together on it?
Yeah.
Do the same.
Same thing for Amy. Okay, can you at least maybe do 2 screens on your computer so you can see it as we go? Is that possible? Okay, somebody's knocking on my door.
Don't know how to do that, but let me get my iPad.
No, you're not allowed to do anything like this. Is really cool skin. Not right now. I'm on my training. Thank you for being so obedient. He knocked on the door before barging in, so that was very good.
Can't do a split screen.
What is it we're printing?
Okay, at our Facebook, our Shipe Facebook, I put this tracking. It's a sheet like this.
Yes. Yep. Okay, I've got the right one.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So let me grab the actual poster while, and I think Vicki's going to be back in a second. Okay, so I'm going to wait until Vicki comes back, but I really want to start with prayer. And yay, Vicki's back. Okay, yeah. You guys, if you could just like put your hands out. We need a little prayer today, and I don't want to go into depth, but I know there's so many wonderful things happening. We've got 2 weeks left in the year, but also I know I'm personally, dealing with 3 kids at home for summer school, and I dropped one off at camp today, trying to reach your goals that maybe you have been, tracking all year, or maybe you're just starting to track, whatever it is, it can be really, really stressful. And I really wanted to say a prayer today that just in our family, in our Shipe family, that we just feel that we are totally embraced by God's amazing strength. So if you don't mind, mind, I know there's some background noise, but just put your hands out and just let me say a prayer, because I know where 2 or 3 are gathered, he is with us. So Heavenly Lord Jesus, we just ask you to come and create the peace that you've already given us, and let us just feel it. Let us exude it. Let us have fun with our business, and remember that we get to exude hope. We get to exude love, but it's important for us to fill our own cups. And some of us need to experience your guidance. Some of us right now need to know that you've got this under control, because from our humanly viewpoint and vantage, it just seems impossible. And we know you are a gracious Lord. We know that you have not given us dreams that you would not be pulling us through the finish line and allowing people to experience your amazing miracles. So we just thank you in advance, Lord Jesus. We bless your name, and we ask that we can continue to be diligent and understand our own purpose for our business as we end the 2018 year and we start an amazing 2019 year. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thanks, guys. All right. So, it is said that first you get into Mary Kay, and then Mary Kay gets into you. And for those of you who are not on the call tonight, we are celebrating some amazing women, and we have some star consultants in the house. And I want to first start with our 4-quarter star consultants. If you were a 4-quarter star, please raise your hand so I can celebrate you. Joan Teal, I didn't know you are. I'm going to fix that Facebook page immediately. And Vicki, I am so excited. Now, I also have my own Christine McKnight. Y'all, this is a big stinking big dog deal. And I'm so excited because what that shows is love for your customers. You love your customers enough to do the hard calls, to do the follow-up. And the follow-up, gang, you know why? They say the success is in the follow-up, because so many people don't do it. Success is in the follow-up. So Joan Teal, Vicki, is it Steyerwalt or Steerwalt?
Steyerwalt.
Steyerwalt and Christine McKnight. Hats off to you guys. Now, they are also picking up a Kate Spade Ooh La La item, and it started with a little wallet and grows into a crossbody bag, into a clutch. So I just want to tell you guys, if you're not sure where you're at, there are really good things to track. And I'm going to show you something real fast on my computer, because I actually forgot that when you are a consistent, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody again. I actually forgot, and it was about April, having my pity party. Oh, I'm not reaching some of my goals. Woe is me, those kind of moments. And then I said, God just laid that thought in my head. Have you even looked at your numbers? And I said, ew, maybe I should actually look at my numbers, because denial, unfortunately, prevents us from being an overcomer and somebody who actually says, no, I will have, not the V is for victory. Okay. So you can be, we often say at times, you can be a victor or a victim. I'm choosing to be a victor. So when God put that thought in my head of, have you checked your numbers? I said, oops, no, I haven't. So I went on to our Mary Kay In Touch, and I checked my numbers. So I'm going to show you something, and I've got to be very cautious because some numbers come up that I'm not, it's not your business to show. So I'm going to, trying to think here how I can do this. I think I can make it work. Okay, so just listen to me as I share. Okay, I'm going to go in here. So under business tools, yours might look a little different than mine, but bottom line, you're going to see some drop-down menu, and you're going to see report. Okay. So what I want to bring you to is see if I can do it without showing everybody else's numbers. Pardon me if your numbers are not there. No, but I don't want to do that one. I want to do Star Consultant Program. And I'm not going to be able to do this. Well, okay, everybody gets to see their numbers, but oh well. I think they'll be okay. See how I had 1201? Well, at the time, I just write down that number, okay? I'm going to close this out because I don't want everybody to have their numbers shown. Okay, I'm just going to show you that for right now. So you saw the 12. So then I went into my contest because I really wasn't sure if I understood the contest properly. So here I was having this woe is me kind of moment. And I said, wait a second, let me check my numbers. So then I went down to the, where is it? Is this it? Hold on. It was there just the other day. Let me just see where it was. So I went into, okay, I don't see it right now. Hold on. It was here just a second ago. I'm looking for the All-Star. Not the sales director. Not this one. Well, doggone it, they've moved it. Star Sales Director Program, independent registration. This is frustrating. They've taken it out already. All right. Okay, so I guess my point is, shoot. Wow, they really moved that fast. And unfortunately, it's still going on. So this is probably going to confuse some of you, but I didn't want to confuse you. Vicki you're trying to ask a question. Hold on. Let me unmute you. Vicki, go ahead.
Go back to business and then go down to seminar awards, and I think you'll find what you want. Clear at the bottom. The seminar awards, is that the case?
No, because what I'm trying to show you is the actual purse. I was just trying to show you.
That was under the stuff.
Yeah, let me try to find it from the beginning of July.
Pages.
Let me see if I see it from the beginning of July. It wouldn't really be under sales ideas. Okay, gang, I'm just not doing a good job right now with it. Is it here?
Earlier, it was still on the cover page.
Here it is. Okay. Yay, I found it. Okay. Yay. This was not on the website anymore. Okay, so do you remember how I had 11,000 points? Well, at that moment, I didn't have I had 12,000. Sorry, that's what I had. I didn't have 12,000. I only had, I think, 10,000. So you can easily say, woe is me, or you can become wise and notice your numbers. Okay, it's just like losing weight. I would help people lose weight and they would say, I want to be a size 6. But until you know where you're at, you can't even move forward. And there's a lot of empowerment, you guys, with understanding your numbers. So this was something that happened, and you don't know if it's going to happen again. So you got to pay attention to this kind of stuff. So how this worked is on top of your quarterly prizes. Sorry, Vicki, I think I have background noise on you. On top of your quarterly prizes, you get a bonus 2,400 points when you are a 4-quarter star consultant. So even though I had 1,200 points, when you add in 2,400, it brings me up to 14,400. So I have hit that Kate Spade purse. But if you're not tracking your numbers, I almost missed it by 400 points. So I really wanted to make sure that I share this because these numbers are like, I am now excited because I was feeling down that I wasn't going to get the goal that I had set, or at least one of my goals. But you guys, you've got to constantly be focused on where you're at, because you may be right there at a very big prize and a win. We talk a lot about find your win. But if you're ignoring the numbers or you're not setting aside the time to do some strategic planning and some benchmarking, then unfortunately, you're not going to feel like you're going anywhere. And you're smarter than that. I want you to really know how smart you are, especially if you have been a star more than once. Okay, the first time you're a star, oftentimes you might be investing in your business and woo, that was a great decision and you are a star and you get the recognition. But then the second star is the sweat star. Now, maybe you never had an investment and you had to sweat it from the beginning. So kudos to you. But I'll tell you what, the best decision I ever made was to have a loan, because when it got a little uncomfortable and I had a one too many person say, oh, I'm not holding that Mary Kay party that I promised. It's not important. When I had one more person say, oh, I tried it and it's not working for me, I'm going to return the products, I easily would have said, I already have a job. Why am I doing this? This is too much effort. I don't need this. Why am I putting myself out there? Blah, 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 blah. But instead, I had a commitment. And because I had skin in the game, I had a loan to pay off that I was willing to not be a quitter. And so many people quit. And you may be somebody who has done that before. And if you're back on this call and you're honest with yourself, I tell you what, I would take you over any star consultant that's never been down and out. I would take you and your word over anybody, because somebody who has been down and still comes back up, a former director who still comes in their red jacket and keeps their chin up and says, I'm working again. I think you are somebody we should all admire even more, because you have the guts and you are humble enough to see that if you aren't building it strong, it's not going to have a strong foundation, but also that we've got to continue in the movement forward. So let's talk about this next quarter. Let's talk about truly being somebody that says, I just profited $300 because I have product on my shelf. I also am saving so much time. I have a consumable product. Somebody just came to me and was talking, oh gosh, okay, I gotta be careful because I don't want her to watch the video, but it's not a real consumable product, and she decided to start building a business, and I thought, well, that's gonna last probably a couple months. But you guys, we're on 55 years. I have been a sales director in Mary Kay. In August will be 23 years. I only look 12, so this stuff works. But I have been seeing the money. I have been earning cars. We have a product that works. We have a product that women cannot wait to purchase. And of course, we have a marketing plan that helps women start their business and see profit. So I want you to understand, it is absolutely, if there's one thing we're going to talk about tonight, I want you to have signs around your house. Gloria Mayfield Banks says, if she walks in your house and she doesn't see your goals posted all over the house, then you ain't really got a goal. I want you to actually have the star goal. I want you to put something around the house like this is absolutely so important. The star goal is so important. So if you're somebody who has missed that star, or maybe you've stayed at the sapphire level and you haven't quite gotten to where you're actually having the profit that you want on a weekly basis, we need to start right now, today, and just really change our thinking to say, this is my job. I don't want to get fired, and I'm going to become a master. Yes? Is everybody with me here? I did this on part-time hours, you guys. Being a star consultant is part-time hours. So I really want you to look at how can I earn more and work less. Wouldn't that be great? Isn't that what it's all about? That's my favorite game to play. How can I earn more and work less? So I'm pretty darn quick. I have a lot of things a lot of plates in the air at all times. Sometimes I do drop them and it's a real fun sight. But I will tell you that I'm really good at figuring out how to be smart and how to be profitable. So being a star consultant is where it's at, and I want you guys to finish early. So we're gonna talk about how to track it. And I have something, I know some of you guys are driving, but I said this earlier, if you can print off the sheet of paper that I have at the Facebook page, this is really going to be helpful tonight. We're going to work through this together because we need to know how the heck do you become a star. I had a lot of people last quarter look at the star prizes, put their name on the star, and then like that was it. 1 month later, didn't really hear them talk about their appointments, didn't really hear them talk about how they're making contacts. And so we're just going to keep it as simple as possible, but we need to start with, well, what is STAR and what are the reasons for being a star? Let's start with our selfish reasons, shall we? Ta-da! Oh my gosh. Did you see this new Dyson hairdryer? It is the bomb. My hairstylist has this. A Zwilling, it's a Hinkle brand, 10-piece set, Sony wireless Bluetooth. Let's go over to Pearl. This is a gorgeous lamp, or of course that is a Ted Baker luggage, rolling luggage. Hinkle knives, which are amazing. These gorgeous Florence mirror accent table. Now look at this, emerald. Le Creuset, oh my gosh, amazing cookware. Luggage, you can get as a diamond, you can get the vases or these really cool glasses with the see-through. Oh, let's go to Ruby. Ruby is the designer for the bracelet and that necklace set. Of course, you can get the fireplace or the bag. And then over here as a sapphire, you can get the fun jewelry or wreath or the cheese and wood bowl. Actually, it's a plate. These are really fun. So selfishly, for doing your job, for doing what Mary Kay asked you to do, which was pass it on. Pass along the products, pass along the career. You get to have a wonderful perk. So let's start with that. What's in it for me? Prizes. I love the fact that I'm about to pick up my 84th prize. That's pretty darn cool. So not a lot of companies give you prizes for your job. Now, the next reason that it's so important to be a star is if you don't have the products, you're wasting your time. Having products on the shelf means that when your customer says, oh, can I get one more of those cellulose biomass packs? And you say, sure, she purchases. When you say, oh, yeah, I'll have to order it. Oh, maybe I'm going to go to the mall later. I'll pick up something there. Oops, you just lost a sale of $70. So being a star means you have what your customers need, and it is putting yourself, as I said, skin in the game. So making sure you have what your customer needs is huge. The other reason you're going to get referrals because people know that you're serious about your business. And if you're serious about your business, you're going to provide great customer service and you're going to have what your customers need when they need it. So many more reasons, but those are the key reasons to be a star. How do you figure out being a star? So we're going to work through this right now. If you have it, I appreciate you doing that. If not, please watch this again. It's a little bit confusing. And I just learned this morning, but not really. It's still something we've taught before, but I think it's really going to be fun. So what I want to do is have you look at your piece of paper, and up at the top, this director that made this little tracking sheet, okay? She's helping you, and we are helping you, but this director that created this is really trying to help you see there's many ways of moving up to be in the National Court of Sales and earning your diamond, to be on the stage with National Court of Sharing and earning a B-Pen, but recruiting enough strong people. But also, it all comes back to STAR. So I don't know, Mary Kay taught me to keep it simple. That's what I love, is keeping it simple. And I actually do have a tendency to make things complicated, so I love that this is a reminder to keep things simple. And the quarterly goal, women have a much easier time focusing on 3 months than they do on 12 months. And I think it's human, but I'll just say we women, even 12 weeks is really hard for many people. That's why you see so many 21-day challenges for weight loss, because it can be challenging to actually go the course. But I want to give you that challenge that this is your moment to be a star and to create these habits that really only take minutes a day. So at the very top it talks about P equals points needed. So what the heck does that mean? Well, we also have points associated with star. So if you notice when I held up these, you see points, okay? So Pearl is a large number. You have Pearl 9600, you have Pearl 78, and then you have Pearl 6,000, and then you have Pearl 48. So even if I say Pearl, you still have 4 levels of Pearl. So the points needed, think about right now what we just went by in this picture, or to the left, this is also black and white on the sheet. So points needed. So go ahead and pick what prize level you want to be at. Now, I'm going to honestly tell you, I've never been at 9,600, but I've also never chosen 9,600. And Mary Kay did say, shoot for the moon because you'll land among the stars. And even if you miss, you might be a little bit under, but you'd be much higher than if you had never shot high. So don't say sapphire, because if you don't hit sapphire, if you don't say points needed 1,800, which is sapphire, because if you miss, you're nothing. I mean, you are something, but you ain't a star. So I really encourage you to think about that as the tracking sheet here talks about. So points needed. If you already know what you want, you can write that down. S, points you intend to earn from your wholesale sales. Okay, so that would be, okay, I know I can sell 1,000 a month. So for the quarter, my S, I'm going to say 3,000 because I know I can do it. 1,000 a month. I've done it. I can do it again. If you feel like that scares the patooties out of me, then find where you know you can be. In 1 month, that's 4 weeks. Is it 400? Okay, I know I can sell 100 a week. I know I can sell 400 a month. I know I can sell 1,200 in the quarter. You've got to figure out what you know that you know that you know you can do, okay? And by the way, when you set a goal and you already know you can do it, you're not allowing God to really come in. So that's why Mary Kay always asked us to stretch ourselves. Q, being a star is not just your sales. So this is such a great tracking because this is the tracking that really allows you to see yourself moving up in the National Court of Sales and the National Court of Sharing. And when you're doing both of these at the same time, you're moving into being a team leader or starting at a star team builder, red jacket, then moving into a team leader, and then of course DIQ. And you guys, Mary Kay just continued the all in with 8. We cannot ignore the importance of moving into directorship fast, because not only will you be able to be with us for leadership in San Diego, January, being a director opens the door to 7 more avenues of income. It is the smartest thing you can do. So Q is number of qualified consultants needed. To move up in the star level, you actually earn 600 bonus points for every qualified recruit during the star quarter. You've got to pay attention to the star dates. This star date, June 16 to September 15. So if you recruited somebody June 13, unfortunately, it's not in the star quarter that we're at. She still can count for you for your month, all of this national courts, but for the quarter, we really are trying to think about these dates. The next one on there is F. That's your personal average retail sale per face. If you haven't done a weekly accomplishment sheet, this is going to be a hard number for you to figure out. You might want to start at $30 as a beginning level. Most consultants who just start their business definitely hit a $30 sales per person. But why did I ask you to print out the weekly accomplishment sheet? Sorry, I've got to get all my tracking sheets. Somehow, I've lost it already. I have piles in my house. I told you that my kids are out of school, so we got back from the swimming lessons. So I don't have my weekly accomplishment sheet to show you, but you need to understand the value of weekly accomplishment sheet. That is how you decide and you actually know your face average. So if you, over the last 6 months, have seen 6 faces and you've sold $100 on average, then you know I have an average of $100 per face. If you have a much higher amount, you know what your face average is, so you can hit your goals much more successfully. So that's a very important number, and it comes from your weekly accomplishment sheet. So if I'm teaching tonight and you still have questions, please, please, please shoot myself or shoot Joanna a little follow-on so that we can help you figure out your numbers. Because I'm telling you, when you can get that number, you are talking about hitting the bullseye. The reason that you're hitting the darts around the bullseye is because you're not really clear on what your numbers are. The next one on there is C, your personal number of career chats needed to add one personal team member. Again, how many career chats have you had over the 6 months? If you've only had 3 and it's been 5 months, you may say, oh, I'm not a good recruiter. Well, you've only had 3 over the course of how many days? You're probably just not seeing enough numbers. So if you have done career chats, then you have, the more you've done, the more solid your number is. If you've done 55 career chats and you recruit 11, then your average is 1 out of 5. If you've only had 3 career chats and you've had 0 recruits, your average is probably not even there yet. So you might want to say the company average is 1 out of 5. Next one on that list is U, average number of new unit members that are qualified. And this, myself or Joanna, can help you know what amount of people you're bringing in actually start their business at the 600. Okay, remember the what's in it for me? Yes, you're getting 600 bonus points when somebody becomes a qualified team member, and you're going to have those bonus points move you up. You have to hit personal sales at the 1800 level. So you personally have to have sold enough to be an 1800 Sapphire. But then after that, you get 600 bonus points for every new qualified recruit. What's in it for her? You guys, she's getting all of the bonus. And if she's wise enough to do it in her first 2 weeks, what's in it for her? She's getting over $200 in free product. So it's a huge, huge bonus that we don't want people to miss that opportunity. So your director can tell you what the averages are for the unit, but you can also start tracking. Do you recruit everyone who doesn't have any money? You might be hitting the wrong target, and that might be why you're frustrated. Time you up it, you get a little bit more confident, talk to women who've got it going on, and they might make you a little uncomfortable, but that's why our paycheck is bigger, because we're willing to talk to people who can operate a business, can create good habits and be consistent. And that's where you're going to have a residual income from your team members who don't quit just because, somebody canceled on them. They're going to be a lot more emotionally stable. So you just have to ask yourself, are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Because when you are, you're going to up it and start talking to people who might intimidate you a little until you get into the groove of growing your confidence. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the next part of this, which is what exactly the formula to break sales into weekly activity. Okay, so anybody have questions so far? Raise your hand if you have any questions on what the letters mean. I know it's a little challenging to go through this together, but I'm going to keep you on mute unless I see a hand. Okay, so she's sharing now the formula to break sales into weekly activity. Again, the S equals points you intend to earn from wholesale sales. So if you intend to earn 1,800, then you'd have to sell 3,600. Okay, everybody shake your head if you understand. Okay, good. So you take the S and you divide it by the number of weeks. Well, let's just stop right there. If you have a goal, I'm not even going to do the 1,800. I'm going to do the 24, okay? Because I said you never start at the bottom. So if your goal is Ruby, 2,400, well, that's wholesale. So then your goal would need to be selling 4,800. But earlier I said, ooh, find out what you could sell. So maybe you're not going to write that down initially. Maybe you're going to write down what you can sell, And then we've got to look at how we can grow your sales, but also how we can grow your recruits so we can get you up to that 2,400 level. So we're going to start wherever you're at, but let's just say you can sell 2,400. You multiply that by 2, which is 4,800. But in this quarter, there happens to be 13 weeks. So I'm just going to do 12 weeks because I haven't really memorized this paper. So that's what we call $400 a week would be the Ruby level. So you've heard us say Sapphire's $300 a week, Star week, 300 a week, 300 a week, 300 a week. Well, if you want Ruby, that would be 400 a week. Okay, so now you at least have a number. Now, what's your face average? So it says here, divide that by number of faces you need per week. So your personal average retail sales per face. So if I have a goal of 400, and I know my face average, let me just even throw out, if I know my face average is 50, I only sell $50 per face. I saw 100 faces and I sold $200, whatever it was. Okay, I only found I was making $50 per face. So one, you might want to work to get your face average higher, but you know that that's your number. So then you take that 400, I would divide it by 50. So what is that, is that 20? Help me out, is that 20? Ah, that's really embarrassing. You can tell I'm tired, I can't even do it. Divide it by 50. Okay, that's 8. That's how bad I am. So that's 8 faces. So then you say, okay, my weekly goal is 8 faces. Are y'all starting to see how when you break it down, it becomes more doable? We think, oh, how am I going to sell $4,800? I've never done that. And then we decide to sell $1,000 this hour. Well, you guys, I can get excited about things, but if you've never even sold $400 in a day, it's hard for us to get so excited about these big, crazy things you're going to do when if you just do a teeny bit every single day and then every single week, like, oh my gosh, you're going to be at the star level, you're going to be making the profit, and you're not going to freak your family out and exhaust everyone around you. Yes? Everybody with me? Okay, some of y'all love the exhausting. Some of y'all love to not do anything for 10 weeks and then say you're going to be a star and you tell your family you're going to really make money with your Mary Kay, and then for 2 weeks, you're crazy woman, you exhaust all of us, your clients don't want to hear from you again because they're thinking, why don't you just work this business every day and stop being crazy? But, you know, we all have our own journey. So that's just not the way I like to work. I like to finish early and I like to do a little every day so I'm not overwhelmed. Yes? Anybody else like that idea? Okay, y'all don't like that idea, but it works for me. So we're going to keep going down, you guys. This is the next part. Formula to break career chats into weekly activity. So Q is the number of qualifieds that you know. It says here, number of qualifieds needed. So if you know, I know I can sell 4,800, which would be 24 Ruby, but I really, really, really want to get to that 3,600 level for the gift. Well, 2,400 wholesale points to the 3,600 would be 1,200 difference. Well, that would be 2 qualified recruits. So if you know that you know that you know that you can sell enough to hit the Ruby level at 2,400, but you stretch yourself to be a star at the higher level and you've printed off all the pictures, that's the part you got to do. You got to get these pictures off of the Mary Kay site. They stopped sending you the books now. It's no longer in the Applause magazine. So your job is to get to Kinko's or print it from your color printer and print 6 or 7 or 18. And you're going to put 1 on your dashboard. You're going to put 1 on your microwave. You're going to put 1 on your coffee pot. You're going to put 1 in your bathroom where you're going pee-pee. You're going to put 1 in your shower where you can look at it and it's laminated. And it is going to be all around. So your family can say, what the heck is this? And you're going to say every single day, multiple times a day, I am earning this. I am earning this. I am earning this. I am earning this. This is for our family. It is that important. I'm sick and tired of getting distracted. I'm sick and tired of not being consistent. I'm sick and tired of not showing people all of the amazing things that our company, Mary Kay, provides. Because if it happens to me, it can totally be a gift to you too. Yes? Y'all with me? Okay. So you've got to print it off, and you can bump up with the number of qualified recruits. So then you say to yourself, okay, I'm going to have 2 qualified recruits. My goal is 2 qualified recruits by the end of June. So then I have to ask myself the next question, which is, what is my personal number of career chats needed to add 1 personal team member? Well, unfortunately, I've had a really low average lately. So I've got to have 1 out of 5 as my average. I'm not impressed. So I've got to get some activity going, because the more activity, then of course you'll decrease your percentage. So for me, I've got to have 10 interviews between now and the end of the month. Well, if I wait to the end of the actual month, I'm probably not going to get them to get activated or moving forward. So if I can do it this week, it gives me a little less pressure, okay? So you always want to think of your business, if you can work it heavy at the very beginning of the month. We always say, do your perfect start at the beginning of the month, and then the second part of the month, you're closing all of those 15 faces that you've been with. It's calm, it's casual, you're interviewing them, there's no pressure. She's able to think about what her order will be. You've got a person who has her debut, and you have somebody who's qualified or a star consultant, and she had all of that piece because you were doing your job properly. Perfect start at the beginning of the month. In fact, I always like to do a perfect start plus, which is 15 faces and 6 interviews. The latter part of the month, you're closing people, but you're still booking more faces. But that really is a great, great way of having a machine, and it just runs with such simplicity. So the next thing down, it says, divide that by the number of 13, because there's 13 weeks in this quarter. So if I just told you I needed 10 interviews to have 2 qualified recruits, now let me stop there. I actually said 2 qualified recruits, but I also said 1 out of 5 is my recruiting average. Not everybody who recruits is going to order. Y'all know that, right? So if I really want to make sure I'm hitting the target, I might recruit 1 out of 5, but that doesn't mean that every recruit is going to be qualified. So I may need to tell myself 4 recruits. Are you with me? So that I have more numbers, so that I know I'll hit the target, because if I recruit 4 people, but only 2 of them come in qualified, and the other 2 are, oh, I'm not ready to do anything, I just wanted it to be for me and my grandma, I don't have to have pressure. And she doesn't have to feel pressure, because I'm doing the numbers properly the way I'm supposed to. Yes, y'all with me? Have I lost anybody? Have I lost you, or are you with me? Shake your head if you're with me. Okay, good. Okay, so here's the example. And now this is your homework. You guys, I want you to sit down, and nothing's gonna happen until you take these numbers and then put it in your weekly plan sheet. Because we can figure out that I need to do 8 faces a week, and I have to have, my goal is 5 sharing appointments a week. We can do that. But until you then take it and say, when am I going to sit down and have my thinking session? When am I going to sit down and actually look at where are my contacts coming from? When am I going to sit down? You've got to plan these in your weekly plan, or else all of this is for naught. So as we just continue on here, here's an example. She has an example to get the 10-piece cookware set. That would also put her 1/4 of the way towards the Queen's Court of Sales and the Queen's Court of Sharing. Okay, this is to help you do them all. But if you break it down, it's a quarterly goal. So if you can win at the quarter, you're going to win at the year. So for example, she has this a little off, but don't worry. She has the numbers is 9,600. She said, I can sell 10,000. She just said, I know I can sell 10,000. She said, I can recruit. I'm going to recruit 7 people who are qualified. And my face average is 110 per face. She said that her personal number of people, she only needs to see 3 people to recruit 1. And she has an average of 3 number of new unit members that are qualified. And so average number of new. So then 3 people come in qualified per month. So then she is able to say, okay, if I take my total sales divided by 13 weeks, that's $831 per week in sales. If my face average is 110, you divide 831 by 110, that's 8 faces per week. Okay, I can do 8 faces per week. Okay, how am I gonna do that? Well, first of all, I've got my booking calls on Sunday because I can book a heck of a lot of people Sunday for a Tuesday appointment. So I'm gonna book my calls on Sunday. I'm gonna confirm my calls between 3 and 6 on Sunday, which is one of the best times to catch people, by the way. Tuesday, I'm gonna have a party every Tuesday morning and every Tuesday night. I'm gonna have a party Wednesday because I've already scheduled it in my date, but then I don't do anything until Saturday. So I've got Tuesday day, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. I don't do anything Thursday, Friday, and then I have all day Saturday. Okay, you got a plan. So you know where you can fit in those people. Then, of course, she says, how many interviews? Maybe I only do interviews on Thursday and Friday. Now, you guys, things are always going to be flexible, but at least you start with what's going to work in your life. And then, depending on the person you're working with, if she doesn't get off of work until 8:30 and your family is, you know, already hunkered down on the couch, you might say, you know what, do you mind if I just go in my office, honey? Would that bother you if I got a new recruit and I was able to have $100 extra bonus and hey, I'll give you a massage? Woohoo! So he's on your side and you can go do your, you know, you can break the rule there just because it's an exception. So on here, you can continue to see how she's broken it down to have 5 career chats for that example per week. So this is huge. I'm going to unmute just for a minute because I really want to make sure that you guys see that this is where you start. But it's not, you can't just say I did it and I don't ever have to look at it again. The hardest part, y'all, it's easy to live in denial. We started our phone call off this way. And as a dietitian, I got to tell you, I used to work with people all the time that would try to stand on the scale and then they would just be so frustrated. Well, it's easy to live in denial. So we've got to face the facts. Oh man, I ate that whole darn tub of Ben & Jerry's and I said I was going to go to the gym and I didn't. This was really not a good day. So we've got to start to say to ourselves, it is that important to be a star. And I want to end with this. Your word for tonight, I don't even want to give you that word. Hold on, I'm changing my word. What word am I going to give you? Ooh, I'm going to give you a special word because it's at the very bottom. That's your word. Persistent. Because this is really what was on my heart and I want to finish with this tonight. You're not being a star just for your own prize. And if I can leave you with anything that I hope will be inspirational, it's you have to be a star. Why would I be so bold? Because somebody is waiting for you to do it and do it again and do it again and do it again before they will believe in what Mary Kay Ash created or before they will believe in themselves. If you can take that importance to heart, you're going to start to have such a strong why that God is going to be using you for His glory because you're having fun and it's all about you doing something, giving your prizes away if you have to, but you're taking it to heart because somebody else is waiting for you to pave the way. And it's our time, yes? It's all of our time. We should be having 10 to 20 stars. And that's exactly what we had when we did 500,000. And it's time for us all, no matter whose unit are you in, to be celebrating our own unit members because we're doing it the right way. We're building up our leads every day. We're booking new appointments. So that's what I want to finish with is every single day you're asking yourself, where will I build my new leads? How can I book new appointments? And you can service your customers and have them be follow-on appointments, but that's the basics. I was taught 5 new leads, 2 new appointments a day. So you can book your parties or you can be booking your career chat. Okay, I'm going to open it up. I hope this was helpful. I know many of you are stars, but I really hope that you can see the importance that we all have as we start this new year. Any thoughts or questions?
Mm-mm. Starting the new year.
You did good.
Well, let's finish strong in the month of June because we need to finish strong. And then, of course, we're still launching ourselves for the new quarter. So I love you guys. Thanks for being with me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.